The paradox of loneliness, seeking connection in solitude. I believe every one of us, at some point in life, had to fight the tight grasp of solitude. Solitude, according to Merriam-Webster, has two meanings. 1. The state or situation of being alone, and 2. A lonely or uninhabited place. Although I always savored my time of freedom and solitude, I always hated the feeling of being lonely. And different places and situations might trigger a solitude condition in different people. As humans, we are complex beings, and our relationship with solitude and loneliness is equally intricate. Psychologists and specialists have long grappled with understanding this paradoxical aspect of our lives. Loneliness, as a feeling, can vary from person to person and circumstance to circumstance. It can strike even when surrounded by a crowd, or it can be embraced when we seek solitude. This discrepancy between solitude and loneliness is at the heart of the human experience. We yearn for deep connections and relationships, but also desire our freedom and autonomy, and these desires don't always coexist well. But why is it so hard for us to deal with loneliness? Is it due to a sense of abandonment or something beyond that? Psychologists have weighed in on this matter, shedding light on the intricacies of human emotions and social connections. Dr. John Cacioppo, a renowned psychologist, dedicated much of his research to loneliness. He argued that loneliness is a fundamental human emotion, akin to hunger or thirst, signaling the need for social connection. It's our body's way of reminding us that we are inherently social creatures, and our well-being depends on our connections with others. However, the paradox arises when we consider the concept of solitude. Dr. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, a psychologist known for his work on flow states, suggests that solitude can be a source of creativity and self-discovery. In solitude, we have the opportunity to reflect, recharge, and tap into our inner thoughts and talents. It is a state of being alone that many people actively seek out and cherish. So, how do we reconcile the desire for solitude and the aversion to loneliness? Psychologists propose that the key lies in finding a balance between the two. Dr. Cherry Turkle, an expert of the psychology of technology and social media, argues that the constant connectivity provided by digital devices can hinder our ability to appreciate solitude and foster meaningful connections. To combat loneliness, she suggests setting boundaries and carving out time for genuine face-to-face interactions. In today's fast-paced digital age, building meaningful connections can indeed be a challenging endeavor. With the constant barrage of information and the allure of quick gratification through social media, our attention spans have grown shorter, and people often seek superficial interactions or cheap thrills. It's become increasingly important to cultivate genuine, deep connections amidst this backdrop of distractions. Psychologists emphasize the importance of active listening, empathy, and authentic communication as essential tools in nurturing meaningful relationships. In an era where fleeting encounters are common, investing time and effort into building lasting connections can provide a much-needed antidote to the loneliness that can often accompany our modern lifestyles. In order to facilitate face-to-face interactions in a digital age, consider organizing gatherings or events with friends and acquaintances, where the focus is on personal connections rather than screens. For individuals who don't have an extensive social circle, expanding your social network can be a rewarding journey. Start by exploring your interests and hobbies through local clubs, classes, and community events. Engaging in group activities that align with your passions provides a natural way to meet like-minded individuals. Additionally, volunteering or joining online communities related to your interests can help you connect with people who share your values and aspirations. Remember that building meaningful connections takes time, so be patient and open to new opportunities as you gradually expand your social circle. Furthermore, Dr. Ami Rokach, a psychologist specializing in loneliness and its impact on mental health, emphasizes the importance of self-compassion. He believes that acknowledging and accepting our own need for solitude is essential. When we recognize that solitude can be a positive and enriching experience, we are less likely to succumb to the negative aspects of loneliness. Isn't it interesting how we humans have this complex dance between loneliness and solitude going on in our lives? We all crave those deep connections while fearing that sense of being left alone. At the same time, we cherish our freedom and the chance to discover more about ourselves during those quiet moments of solitude. Finding that sweet spot between the two is like a mental and emotional health jackpot. It all starts with embracing our own feelings and needs as we navigate this delicate dance between solitude and loneliness. Be kind to yourself. And remember, so now, all alone or not, you gotta walk ahead. Thing to remember is if we're all alone, then we're all together in that too.